Let's talk a little bit about Assassin's Creed Shadows because it's still big news. I think it's going to be in the news for a while because all of the usual outlets are going crazy about it. A lot of developers and people in the video game industry are losing their minds over it. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's wild. My favorite thing about this, of course, is how they're jumping to defend this game, and they also, what was it, a few years ago, jumped all over Ghost of Tsushima because they didn't like the developers that made it. But they're okay with this. It just kind of shows you how hypocritical all these game journalists and people in the industry can be. The gamer, though, spelt Gaymer. Well, no, it's actually spelled like the regular gamer, but I like to call it the gamer because they lost their minds. At least it's when I first noticed this outlet even existed during the Hogwarts Legacy stuff. They're losing their minds, making constant articles about this game. Hi, I'm an idiot who's mad about everything in video games except the layoffs. Well, part of the reason that the layoffs are happening are because of things like this stupid game. But here's a report that just dropped one day ago. Assassin's Creed Shadows pre-orders are reportedly very strong. All this is based off of one source, Tom Henderson. Assassin's Creed Shadow pre-orders are looking very strong. I don't know the exact numbers yet, but no one in the know is disappointed with them. This is likely true. And let me tell you why. Assassin's Creed is an established franchise. It has a player base that doesn't pay attention to any of this shit and just wants a new Assassin's Creed game. It's one of the same reasons why Call of Duty still sells like crazy. You have an established group of players that buy it every year. This game was coming out every year. But the sales were going down. What I'd like to know is how these pre-order numbers compare to the previous Assassin's Creeds. But we'll never know because they'll never tell us. But I would suspect that there was a large group of people that pre-ordered this game. Stop pre-ordering games. Stop doing that. Pre-ordering games is another problem that is honestly kind of a big problem because people pre-ordering all these games is one of the reasons why a lot of them come out so damn broken. But that's a different conversation. I do believe that the pre-order numbers are okay. I don't know if they're very strong, but I would imagine that there is a large number of people that pre-ordered it. And it's an Assassin's Creed game, a long-running franchise that a lot of people like. Now, the real question is whether or not this is going to break records and grab people and be pushed by, having Japan and samurai aesthetic. We'll see. My guess is it's not going to sell as good as the ones everyone loves. Assassin's Creed has been on a downward slope for a while, and I honestly suspect that to continue with this game. But we'll see. It could sell like crazy. I don't know. What I do know is Ubisoft has had their stock plummet. This came after Assassin's Creed Shadows debuted, and the company has failed to meet forecasted sales figures. They're not doing good. Ubisoft has had a rough few years, one of the wokest companies out there. And they have two big games coming out this year, Star Wars Outlaws and, of course, Assassin's Creed Shadows. If both of those games fail, this company's in deep shit. And it's a very big possibility that those games might not meet the sales numbers they're hoping for. We're going to find out just how bad things are for Star Wars with that Outlaws game. If that game fails, that's going to be really bad news for Lucasfilm and Disney. And if this game fails, it's going to be really bad news for Ubisoft because that's 2 AAA failures for them. And I would imagine you'll see big cuts and layoffs come to this company if they fail. I don't know how they're still going, to be honest. They don't really make anything that great anymore. They just had another one. Don't forget, wasn't that Pirates game that they called a 4-star AAA game or whatever? What did they call it? A quadruple A game or something? That game was a huge failure. So it would technically be 3 big AAA failures, though I don't think, didn't that game come out last year or did that come out this year? I don't remember, but that would be yet another failure for them. They've had bomb after bomb after bomb. So it would be absolutely hilarious to see them have 2 more. A lot of drama still going on. This came out. We were first looking for our samurai, someone who could be our non-Japanese eyes. This is from an outlet in Japan where they had an interview with some people, and then they deleted a paragraph from it, which is kind of funny, where they basically admit that they wanted someone that wasn't Japanese for their samurai. But every other game isn't like that. Why is it Japan that gets this treatment? Ask yourself that. Then, of course, if you go over to Reddit and talk about how you're disappointed about this game not featuring an Asian male main character like the rest of the games, and they got characters from those regions, you will just be banned. It's going to ban you outright, get rid of you. Don't want to hear anything you have to say. And then the final thing that happened over the weekend, you had a CD Projekt Red artist come out and actually say that the criticism surrounding this game is valid. Said there's people making good points out there about what's going on. And then he had to walk it back because he got bullied by the mob. And probably some people at CD Projekt Red, like some diversity officers or something. Because remember, they just won the award for best period in gaming or some shit. They proudly posted this on social media about how they won an award because they allow people to take days off if they're menstruating. The Menstruator Leave Act or some shit. Leave benefit. I don't know. So if I worked there, I would tell them that I was menstruating and get a day off. I mean, all you'd have to do is just change your identity. You just call it menstruating people. I don't even think they say women anymore. So they posted that. You're not allowed to have an opinion like that if you work at CD Projekt Red. Sorry, Michael. But this is what he originally said here. And then he changed it to this. And I wonder why that happened. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this insanity. What are your thoughts on it? Also, if you would, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.